Hi guys, hope you are all well. We will just wait for a few people to hop on. So tonight we're going to do an introduction to essential oils class. So I thought this would be a good way for people who don't live near me or who just want to stay in their pyjamas. I have my Ugg boots on, but who are keen and interested in learning a bit more about the oils, how to use them, what oils you would use. So it's a nice way to use this platform. So, just going to open up my little book. So if you're on and listening to the live, say hi. Let me know that you're here. So we have, when you come to a class, you get given this, and it's a worksheet that we sort of work through when we're going through a class. And so it talks about what essential oils are, how you can use them, how to apply them. Some really beautiful information about doTERRA and why doTERRA, why I choose doTERRA. And what we're going to talk about is the 10 most incredible oils that every home needs, how you use them, what they're used for. And then we'll also talk about how you can get yourself some oils at a wholesale price. So we might jump in. And so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly. I feel like I'm Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been using oils now, I've been using essential oils for quite a long time, on and off, but I've been using doTERRA oils since, I think it was about November last year. So I started using them when my little boy was quite young. He was only 3 months old, and he got sick. And so my local health food shop recommended that I get some On Guard to support his immune system. And so when I went to find out how I purchased this doTERRA On Guard, I realised that it was a company that you couldn't buy over the counter. So I joined and I bought some On Guard, and then I bought, I think, some lavender, and then I just kept purchasing. And I fell in love with the oils really quickly. And then before long, I just, wanted to shout about them from the rooftops. And so that's where I am today. And that's why I became a wellness advocate, and why I am choosing to share them with other people. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. Now I use my oils all the time, every day. One of my earphones is not working properly. And so what I'm going to start by doing is giving you a little rundown of how I prepared for this evening's session. So I have my diffuser going here at my study, and I have some Balance in the diffuser, which is a grounding oil, and I also have some lemon. And so those are the 2 oils that I have added to my diffuser. Lemon is the oil of focus. Hi James. And Balance is the grounding blend. So they're the oils that I've got going in my diffuser tonight. Also, before I jumped on, I applied some Intune, which is a focus blend. It's a proprietary blend by doTERRA. So I applied that up the up my back on my spine, and I also rolled it over the back of my neck. My baby brain is still active, so this helps me to really focus, which is what we need. I also used my headache blend stick because I've got one coming, so I just rubbed it on my temples. And I immediately prior to coming in here had to put my little boy to bed, and I put him to bed. This has been my blend for the last few nights. I put some lavender peace in his diffuser and some frankincense. So for the last couple of nights in a row he's slept through the night. He hasn't been lately. And tonight, for a little bit of good measure, I also added a little bit of Roman chamomile. So we'll see how we go tonight. Okay, so what are essential oils? So essential oils obviously come from plants, our plants and our trees, and we extract them through a distillation process. And so essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. And so essential oils, hi Alex, so pleased you could join us, honey. Essential oils have, been used through modern history, through ancient history. I don't know about you guys, but my nana used to always make us put eucalyptus on our hankies, rub it on the back of your throat when you were feeling a bit sick. If you had a bit of a owie or a cut or a graze, the tea tree oil came out. So they're not new. They've been around forever. Lavender is, the number one oil that's been around for such a long time. And so they are used for so many different benefits in the world of aromatherapy. Now, peppermint oil. This is our peppermint oil. 1 drop of peppermint oil from doTERRA equates to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's super strong. So our oils are really potent. They're totally pure, apart from smelling divine. Now, our oils, the reason why they are pure and potent is because the way that doTERRA grows and operates in terms of our farming is that we source our oils from plants that are grown in their natural environment. So they're grown in the place where they thrive the most. So we grow our oils all around the world in around 40 countries. In Australia, they're grown in Nepal, they're grown, everywhere. And so the really beautiful thing about doTERRA is that we don't purpose build farms, we don't just large scale purchase land and grow our plants. We do it in a way that's best for the plants, that's great for the environment, that's great for our local communities, and we support local farmers as well. And so that's one of the really beautiful reasons why I love doTERRA, because they want to give back. And so by growing plants and sourcing plants where they thrive the most, what that yields is a really pure and potent plant, which in byproduct yields a really pure and potent essential oil. And so our oils are totally 100% pure. There's nothing else in them. Lots of people ask, are they organic? And now I purchase lots of organic goods. Our oils aren't certified organic because they're grown all around the world. Each different country has different requirements of what the certification is in that country, and then they would also need to meet the certification requirements of whatever country they're being imported into, which would make these become really, really expensive. And so they're not certified organic, but they are definitely organic in that there is nothing in here but pure essential oil. And so we have a really beautiful program and website called Source to You. And so on each bottle of essential oil, I don't know if you'll be able to, just go fuzzy, just here, we'll pretend there's a number there that you can see. There's a little number there anyway, and you can jump on to our Source to You website. So every bottle has one of these, and you can type in that number and it will produce for you the results of the third-party testing that took place on the oil, on that particular batch of oil, which is amazing. So you can see exactly what is in that oil, and what you'll see is that it's totally pure. There we go. Hi, Shell. And so that's a really unique opportunity that our company provides. And look, my focus oil is clearly not working because I'm already losing my train. I can understand this. I participate in lots of live calls, and my coaches and biz people are always like, trying to keep up with the comments, and it's really hard to talk and focus and watch the comments at the same time. So that's really cool. And so what, doTERRA provide third-party testing. There is no regulation in the essential oil industry. And so doTERRA came up with something that's called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And so that is what our oils are classed as, that they provide therapeutic benefits, and that they are pure, high grade, 100% quality oils. And so all of our oils are stamped. You will see CPTG, and there's lots and lots of information on our website about that as well if you want to know more. And so many other companies do not test their oils to that level, and so doTERRA are so committed to providing the best essential oils on the market, the most pure and the most potent, that they go to great lengths to make sure that their oils are of that quality. And so that is one of the other reasons why I chose doTERRA and why I love doTERRA. And when you smell some of our oils compared to, stuff you would buy in the supermarket, they're next level. They're absolutely next level. And I constantly am, I'm never surprised, but it always amazes me when people contact me to say, thanks for those samples. I can't believe how amazing those oils smell. I can tell how quality they are, which just, lights me up completely. And so essential oils, the plants produce essential oils, and they have the power to fight threats such as mold, funguses, viruses, and bacteria. They can penetrate the cell membrane and eliminate threats. They can help you take control of your life in a healthy and natural way. They can help you support a low tox or a no tox home. Something that I'm really passionate about is supporting people to use these, but lots of other products, particularly people with littlies. And so I did a little blog post about this recently on my blog. I've been organic in terms of skincare and makeup for quite some time, and I love supporting people to make the switch. And so anything that we put on our skin is absorbed into our bloodstream within 28 seconds, which is incredible. And so it's really important that what we are putting on our skin are things that we are okay with floating around our body. And so when you are, this is a little face toner. This is a little sample that I've got to send to someone. So when you are spraying something simple as a spritz or a toner or whatever, that touches your skin and it seeps through and it goes into your bloodstream. And so if you are spraying perfume is a classic example, guys. You know, perfumes, the perfume industry have so many nasties. And so you're applying here, you know, what goes on your deodorant, you know, that's close to your armpits. For women, that's close to your breasts. I'm a breastfeeding mum, and I'm really acutely aware as to what I put anywhere in this vicinity. And so I love, love, love that I can use my essential oils, especially these beautiful rollers, as perfumes. You know, you can just roll them on your neck, on your wrists, behind your neck, wherever, you know, over your heart, depending on what oil it is. And so these can replace so many things at home, which is really cost effective as well. Now, in these little bottles of goodness, so most of our oils are 15 mils, which I don't know if that's in proportion, it's about the size of my ear, holds 250 drops. Now, this bottle of Lavender Peace, I think I bought this last month. It's half gone. You can see there, it's half gone. That's pretty extreme. I use a lot of Lavender Peace. I use it in my son's diffuser every night, so 4 to 6 drops. I quite often use it in our own diffuser, so we could use, 10 drops a day. So it's not going to last forever. But other oils that you don't use a gazillion times a day. Now, Balance is an oil that I use a lot of. If you're only using 1 to 2 drops, maybe in the morning as a perfume or a couple of times throughout the day, it's going to last. Now, these oils have about a 5-year expiry date on them. You're going to use them up before you reach that date. Now, these oils over time never lose. I'm going to put some lemon in my water. They never lose, the aroma is the same over time. And if you use oils particularly for cooking, so things like oregano, basil, thyme, black pepper, compared to what you would purchase in terms of an actual herb, which lasts a couple of days, these are going to last forever. And the strength, stays the same, which is really amazing. And so most of our oils, when you break it down per drop, they're not costing you very much at all, like cents per drop, which is amazing. Not that I ever calculate, well, that just cost me 20 cents to put my son to bed. Sorry, guys. But when you think about the money that we spend on pharmaceuticals, so for example, last week my entire house was sick. I had, 1 week I had a bit of a 24-hour gastro bug. I was using my oils for things like headaches, tummy aches, sickness, diarrhea, all those sorts of fun things. And I didn't need to take any pharmaceuticals. I certainly would have if I needed to, but I didn't need to. And then last week, both me, my husband and my little boy were sick. My husband took some pharmaceuticals at night to help him sleep because he was so congested. But we lived off our diffuser. We took flu bombs for a few days. We were rolling everything we could. We rolled flu bombs on our feet. We had digestion on our tummies. We had headache rollers. We had everything going. And we both felt that we got better much quicker than what we would normally take to get better. I managed to go to work and felt reasonably okay, which was amazing. Sometimes I question myself about the oils and think, should I just take something else? But I haven't yet needed to, which is really cool. So they help you take control of your health in a really natural way. And there will always come a time, you know, particularly when you maybe need antibiotics or you have, you know, other health conditions that you need, you know, medical support and pharmaceuticals, and that's always going to be the case. What these can do is to help support you physically and emotionally on top of that regime, which is really lovely, because quite often we go through stuff and we take an antibiotic to make us feel better, but that's all it does. And so these can help you, you know, uplift your mood, to soothe you, to calm you, and to ground you, to, you know, bring out feelings of happiness and joy. So that's a really cool kind of side effect. Now, essential oils can be used in a number of ways. So topical application, internal application, and aromatic application. So aromatic application is obviously when you would be diffusing your oils. And so some people quite often ask, you know, I've already got a humidifier or a dehumidifier or a vaporizer, can I use them? And depending on what oil you're wanting to use, so something like our Easy Air, which is like a breathe type oil, I'm going to find the right spot, and so that's got oils in it like eucalyptus and peppermint, which really open up the airways. You can absolutely use that in a, you know, vaporizer if that's what you've already got at home. It's funny, my brother messaged me this morning and said he lost his voice last night and he conveniently came for dinner last night. So you could. What you need to just be mindful of is that because these are therapeutic grade oils and they're not just for aromatic purposes, that when they are heated, they can lose their therapeutic properties. So that's just something to be mindful of if you're putting them particularly in, is it a vaporizer that heats it up? Dehumidifier cools, right? I think that's right. So obviously, yeah, the aromatic, you would use your diffuser, and I'm pointing at my diffuser like you can all see it. You can obviously inhale an oil if you don't have a diffuser. So you would pop a drop on your hand. You would rub your palms together, so not your fingers. Always just use your palms. Rub your palms together and hold it over your nose. Take some deep breaths. And that's like your personal diffuser. So if you've got little ones, you know, if you're wanting to use like a breathe oil and you just need something quick, you can do that and hold it over their face for them. I know I used to go to this beautiful hair salon, day spa type thing when I lived in Sydney, and they used to always do these really beautiful head massages, and they used to hold, it was like a peppermint aniseed sort of smell. It was really amazing. And they used to do that, rub it on their hands, and they'd hold it under your nose and ask you to take some deep breaths, and they'd give you a little head massage afterwards. And you just kind of, you know, came down into your body, you felt cool and calm, and you could go about your session feeling really relaxed, which is beautiful. So the reason why you wouldn't use your fingers is because we use our hands for everything. So particularly having little ones, you don't want to have oils on your fingers and then be touching them. So it's always good just to use your palms. So that's kind of how you would use them aromatically. So topically, now you can apply topically in various places on your body. So it's recommended that you apply to places like your feet. So if you apply these to your feet, it's the quickest way to get into your body and into your bloodstream. You can apply to the backs of your ears, kind of your neck pulses, over your heart, on your tummy if it's around a digestive issue, up the back of your spine, on your neck, and then any area of issue. So if you had like a tight hip or a sore hip, you would apply the oil that you're using and massage it over your hip. And so you can apply, depending on what oil you're using, some of them are safe to apply neat, which means you can just crack it open and apply it neat. So an oil like lavender or chamomile that are really soft and soothing and totally safe to use for kids, that is an oil that you could apply straight onto your body. What we recommend is that you always dilute first, just to make sure that you don't have any reaction, and then obviously the more and more you use the oils and get comfortable with them, the more you can start kind of having a play with them. So when you're diluting, when you're applying to the skin, you can do it in your hands. You can put a drop in your hand. You would add some carrier oil. So you would add a carrier oil so we have what's called fractionated coconut oil. It's a liquid version of coconut oil. So it's a stable product. You don't have to melt it and it doesn't go hard like normal coconut oil. It's also not greasy. It leaves no stains and it's clear. So that's what I use. But you can use olive oil, normal coconut oil, sweet almond oil, apricot kernel oil. If it's for your, for face and skincare, you would use something like jojoba or rosehip, grapeseed oil, those sorts of things. So you can use anything, and I say to people, use what's in your cupboard to start with. And so you would apply a couple of drops. You would apply some carrier oil, mix it together, and then you would apply it on whatever part of your body you're wanting to apply it topically. Another really beautiful way to apply it topically, like I said, is these rollers. And so doTERRA sells some rollers. So the 10 oils that we're going to go through in a minute, they sell them in a kit in bottles. They also sell them in a kit like this. And these rollers are really great for kids. They're going to be on my to purchase list very soon. You can purchase empty rollers like these, and you would add your drops in, fill it up with carrier oil, pop the top on, and so they have a little roller ball on the top. This is a little glass roller ball, and you would rub that directly on your body and massage in. And so these are great for kiddies because you can make them at the dilution ratio that's safe for them. And so I pretty much in my house have 2 of everything, one for my son and one for us adults, and obviously our version is a lot stronger. So that's another great way to apply topically. So you can also do things like add oils into your bath. They will, well, that's kind of a double whammy. You'll get the aromatic smell from your bath, but they'll soak into your skin, which is really beautiful. So you can add them with some Epsom salts or some carrier oil and just pour it in as the water's streaming so that it disperses through the water. Just thinking what other ways I use them. I also like to massage, or aromatic dressing it's called. And so of a morning I like to pick an oil that I feel I need for the day. It is very often 2 oils. It's very regularly balanced, which is our grounding blend. I wear that nearly daily. And I often put a citrus oil with it because it gives you that beautiful uplifting smell. And I quite often wear Elevation. I also have a perfume that I mix between. And so I literally put a few drops in my hand, add some fractionated coconut oil, and I massage it all over my body after a shower. And that's a really nice way to apply topically because it soaks into your skin, but the smell stays on you for hours and hours and hours, which is really lovely. So then the other way to apply oils is internally. And so many of our oils are approved by the FDA for use in food. So obviously our oils like basil and thyme and oregano and cinnamon and black pepper, all the herby cooking oils, are safe to use in cooking. So obviously because they use their benefits when heated, if you're wanting to cook hot food, you would add them in right at the end. So like a stir fry, you'd add them in right at the end. But they're great to use in things like raw cakes, salads, that sort of stuff. Now, a couple of ways to apply internally. So this is frankincense, and we'll talk about frankincense in a minute. So frankincense has amazing immune benefits. So a great way to apply it topically is to put a drop on your thumb and put your thumb in the roof of your mouth. You can also put it under your tongue, but I get nervous. I'm going to put 5 drops. And that's a way that you can apply internally. Other ways you can apply internally is to do what I did earlier. In your glass water bottle, you can put things like lemon, orange, grapefruit, any of the citrus oils in your water. Our Digest Zen, which is our tummy sort of tamer, that's really nice in water or hot tea, like a peppermint tea, add a drop of this. So they are ways that you can take them internally. The other way is in a empty vegetable capsule. I don't have any near there over on the bench. So they're just basically an empty capsule. And so last week when we were all sick, that's how we took our flu bombs. And so you just open up, you drop the oils in and you close it back up and you swallow it as if you would swallow a Panadol. So that's another really amazing way to take some of them internally, particularly some of our immune support oils. And so they're kind of the 3 ways that you would use the oils and apply them. Depending on which oil you're using will depend on how you use it and which way you yield the best benefits from. And it's a bit of trial and error. There are some oils that I can't be bothered to diffuse, and so I just apply them topically, or I put a drop in my hand and I inhale them because I'm running out the door and I just, need a lift or a buzz or whatever. The other beautiful way is to make up things like mists. And so I have one of these in my car. It's got citrus bliss in it. It's just water and citrus bliss. Shake it before you want to use it, and I just spray it over my face when I need a bit of a kick. But that's another really lovely way to use them, particularly for kids. You can have a bed spray. I have one of these with some lavender in it, and I spray it over my son's bed and my breastfeeding chair before we go in for our nighttime routine. Lots of people have things like Monster Spray, but these are great for, using in skincare and cleaning as well. Okay, now if anyone has any questions, please pop them below in the comments. And if you're watching the replay because you weren't able to make tonight, please leave any questions you have in the comments below and I will jump in and respond to you. Okay, so we'll talk through the 10 oils that every house should have. And so these are kind of the oils that you would consider to be like your natural first aid. And, and they would essentially replace some items in your first aid kit. Now that's helpful. My computer's just gone. Bundy bung. Don't know what's happened. Give me a second. I have a laptop that exports the screen. There we go. I don't know what happened. I'm trying to see comments at the same time. Alright, so let's jump in. Okay, so lavender. I need a smeller video so you can smell them. And if anyone who is listening now or to the replay is interested in trying them first, please reach out, because I have these beautiful little sample vials that I will pop some in, and some instructions on how to use them and what they're used for, and you can give them a go, because I certainly think it's really beautiful to smell them first. Okay, so lavender. It's really funny. Nearly every second person, when they contact me or they're interested in trying some, when I always ask what areas of support you feel you need at the moment in your life, and I try to feel into that and provide some samples that would best meet those needs. Now, essential oils, like most things, they're not all going to have the same response for everyone. So for someone, lavender will work a treat for sleep, and for others it won't, and that's okay. And so sometimes it's about trying a few things to see what works. And so, what works for me and what works for my husband are different oils. And so it's just about, finding your balance. And so our lavender is really beautiful. I was one of those people that went, oh, lavender. I hate lavender. It smells like, that potpourri. It kind of reminds you of going to like the school fetes and the soaps and those things. That lavender is not a smell that I love. This lavender is a smell that I friggin' love. It's amazing. And it has amazing benefits for so many things. So our lavender is sourced from France. And so it contains a certain property that has a really soothing and calming effect. And so lavender is used for lots of things. Sleep being one, rest, calming, soothing. So it's soothing for the mind, but it's also soothing for the body. So if you've got a burn, sunburn, a cut or a graze, lavender is really amazing to apply because it will soothe your skin. It's great in skincare, so I have lavender in all of my homemade beauty products now, so my face toner, my face moisturiser. I have a little stick made up called Owies for both us and my boy, and it contains lavender. Lavender is great for mosquito bites. I wouldn't say I'm allergic to bites, but I break out in like a welt. And I remember not long after I got lots of oils, we went away and I was covered in bites, and my husband was like, you stink of lavender. But boy, did it stop the itch. It really helped. And so it can calm things like bee bites or bee stings, insect bites. It soothes your emotions. Now, lavender is also the oil of communication from an emotional perspective. Now I'll show you this beautiful book while I'm going. So this is an emotion and essential oils book. So some of the information I'm talking to you about comes from this. And the other book that I use is the Modern Essentials. It's a bit of a novel. And so these beautiful books, help to guide what oils to use, what they do, what their properties are. So lavender is really good for healing the skin, so things like eczema, psoriasis, dry skin, dermatitis. It's really, really supportive around reducing things like stretch marks, wrinkles, in conjunction with some other oils as well to really up the ante. And so it's a really versatile oil, and as I said, it's a really beautiful oil for using with kids. Alright, we'll move on to peppermint. So this is our peppermint. I wish you could smell this, guys. Peppermint's amazing. I'm not going to sniff it myself because it's too late at night. Now, peppermint is a really uplifting, elevating oil. It's funny, my husband was driving. He went to Sydney up and back in like bloody 48 hours this weekend. And he rang me. He said, I'm really tired. I said, babe, I should have sent you some oils. I said, you could have driven along and smelt some peppermint while you're feeling tired. And he was like, oh my gosh, next time. So if you want to start your day, peppermint is it. I have been mixing peppermint with lemon for the last few days and some citrus bliss. Lots of people mix peppermint and citrus bliss or peppermint and orange. So peppermint is really beautiful for that. So it helps with alertness. Now, peppermint is an antioxidant. It's an oil that opens your airways. So it's included in our Breathes Easy Air oil. And so it opens up those channels. That particular, so these, you wouldn't use this at night time. I use this in my headache blend. So I have a headache, this is my headache blend. This is peppermint and lavender. So as I said before, I literally roll this on. I did this at about 7:25. I can tell you my headache is gone. Half an hour, late, half an hour, 40 minutes later. So peppermint also has some really various uses. So it's really good for sinus because it helps those pathways. It's good for cold sores, so you can apply that to your cold sore. Now it's a great oil for the tummy, and so it's one of the main oils in our Digest Zen. I didn't have Digest Zen when I first started using these oils, and I used my peppermint a lot. I rubbed it over my belly, I drank it, put it in my water. If I was feeling, I get a lot of kind of bloat, when you just feel really full, like right up at the top of your tummy. I eat bread because I love it, but it's no good for my tummy. So that has been a lifesaver. That would be, really good for kids as well. It is very strong, and so you keep away from the eyes. My eyes always water when I get the peppermint out. And as I said, 28 cups of tea is 1 drop. So super potent, super strong. So you don't need much. Makes a wicked hot mint chocolate and makes amazing mint slices, cacao balls. Now if you come to one of my classes, you will get to try some cacao balls, mint ones and orange ones I make normally. Now peppermint, if you are a breastfeeding mama, peppermint is an oil that you would generally avoid or test. So for me personally, I don't find it has much effect for me. So peppermint, if you were wanting to stop breastfeeding or to reduce your milk supply, you would use peppermint. And so obviously if you're wanting to keep breastfeeding, it can affect people's supply. So maybe if you ate 10 bliss balls, but if I have 1 bliss ball or have a little drop in my water or something, I don't notice a difference. And my little boy is old enough now that he's not drinking every hour. It's really good for sunburn, peppermint. So if you wanted to make like an after sun spray, you would use peppermint. Peppermint is really calming and soothing for the skin. So you would use peppermint and something like lavender. So it would take the sting out of your skin, and it would soothe. The lavender would soothe and the peppermint would soothe together. It's also really good for homemade toothpaste, for a breath spray, so some water and peppermint oil. So again, very versatile oil. Check that I've not missed anything for Peppy. Yeah, and so it includes menthol, which is why it has that kind of stinging sensation when it's near the eyes. Now guys, don't forget, if you've got any questions, for those of you watching live, please pop them below in the comments, especially if you've got questions about a particular oil as we're talking through. And hopefully none of you are falling asleep. Now we'll talk about tea tree next. So tea tree is one of our beautiful oils here that is sourced and grown in Australia. I think we've all probably used tea tree over our lifetime. So tea tree is really nourishing for our skin. And so it's really beautiful to use in your shampoo and your conditioner. As a cleanser on your face, it's great for acne. So if anyone's got teenagers, tea tree is a really great oil to have. If you've got any, breakout issues, great to add into your current cleanser or to make your own cleanser. I use tea tree a lot I have it in my face toner, in my moisturiser, in my owie roller. So for cuts and grazes, it's an antiseptic. It is good for your feet and toenails, so for pedicures. It's good for the mouth and skin. Tea tree is one of the oils that's included in a flu or an immune bomb, which they're commonly called. Typically, tea tree is something you would use for anything to do with your ears, so sore ears, earaches. You would never put this in your ear or any oil in your ear. But what you can do is to get a cotton wool ball and put some tea tree oil on it, and you can pop the cotton wool ball just in your ear, and it will draw the infection out, or whatever it is that's going on in your ear, the gunk or the, whatever, out of your ear, and then you'd obviously pull the cotton wool ball out. So that's a safe way to use it. I use tea tree a lot for sinus, sniff. I just apply it behind my ears. I literally rub it behind my ears. So it helps stop, for me, it helps stop the kind of itchy nose happening, and it stops the scratchy eyes, and it stops the constant sniffing. Now I can't get it in my ear. It's great for sores and rashes and cuts and grazes and all those sorts of things. So that's a really important oil to, have in your natural first aid kit. Now, some other uses that people use this for are for things like fungus, ringworm, mold, psoriasis, eczema. The other really beautiful thing that I use it for, and you should all use for, is cleaning. So I have some bench sprays that I have tea tree oil in. So it's a great cleanser if you're really wanting to get in there. Lots of our oils are, so lots of our citrus oils. Tea tree and eucalyptus is something that lots and lots of people, already clean with. Okay. So tea tree from an emotional perspective is the oil for promoting healthy boundaries. And peppermint is the oil of joy and a buoyant heart. They've all got some really beautiful emotional properties. Now lemon's one of my faves. Lemon is the oil of focus, which is why I diffuse it a lot. I love the smell of lemon. So lemon is extracted and sourced from the lemon rind. So you know when you cut open a beautiful lemon or an orange or any grape, any fruit, and it just has that like zing and zest. And you know, lots of cooking recipes ask for the rind because that's where the taste and the smell is. So that's where our essential oil is extracted. The essential oil sits on the rind. So when you open a bottle of lemon or orange or any of our citrus, it's like nothing else. They're absolutely mind-blowing. And so lemon is also antibacterial, very good cleansing oil to use in your bathrooms, in your kitchens. Soothing sore throats. I most use this in my water. Most days I have 2 drops in my bottle of water. I went back to work this week, and so I have a little sample bottle in my handbag of various oils, but lemon is one, to top my water up during the day. I also apply it on my throat, on the outside. You can dilute it. I personally put it on neat, but it kind of tingles, but it works. So lemon is also really good for detoxifying, exhaustion, fevers, parasites, kidney stones, throat infections, lots of amazing things. Lemon is also really good for grief. So it's an oil that will support you through any stages of grief. So it's an oil that you could aromatically dress yourself in the morning. You could apply it over your heart, on your neck. It's a really beautiful oil. Now, lemon and all of our citrus oils are photosensitive. So if you are wanting to apply them to your body, like so, you know, with your body moisturizer, just be really mindful that if you are out in the sun, you will be more likely to burn. Obviously fine at the moment. I don't know about you guys, but it is pouring rain here in Coffs Harbour and has been for 3 days. It's awful. So you're not going to get burnt wearing lemon anytime soon. Also good for digestion. Now it's really good at neutralising odours, so it's really good to diffuse in the home if you've got pets. You know, if you've had a spill or some kind, or like at the moment when it's raining. I use this a lot in my bathrooms. So I have some little cotton wool balls in, you know, my laundry in my bathrooms, and I just pop some drops in there when we've got people coming over. So I don't have to burn candles or move my diffuser around the house. It's good for parasites, and it elevates your mood. So that's a really beautiful oil to have in your kit. Is this all making sense, guys? Have I lost anyone? I know there's a couple of you on. Alright, we'll go through oregano. Now, oregano is the oil of humility and non-attachment. Now, oregano is what we call a hot oil. It's an oil that you would not apply straight to your skin. It will burn. It should always be diluted. Now, on the bottle, it tells you how to apply the oils. So, it tells you that this can be used internally. It tells you to use 1 drop in 4 ounces of liquid. Beautiful, thanks Alex. It tells you, no I lie, I thought it did, sorry, it does. It tells you to use 1 drop to 3 drops of carrier oil. So that's how safe you would use it. Now, oregano, so this is an immune support oil. We also have On Guard, which is our protective blend, which is an immune oil. So On Guard is an oil that you can use daily. You can apply to your feet, to your spine. You can take it internally. You can use it on your children. Oregano is not an everyday oil. It's an oil that you would use for a period of time and then you would give your body a break. So if you're taking flu bombs because you can feel yourself getting a bit run down and you want to boost your immune up, that's fine. You can add this in. There's various things out there. People say 4 to 5 days. Some people say 10. So you can apply it to your feet and up your spine. You could take it internally. So you'd use it, say you use it for a week and then give yourself a break. And then in a couple of weeks, if you got sick again, you can start using it again as well. Obviously, you can use it in your cooking. So it's really nice to use in things like spaghetti. Now, my beautiful oil mentor, and lots of other people have similar stories, she used oregano to remove a wart. So she applied it neat on her wart. And there's lots of stories out there around this as well, but my beautiful mentor, this happened to her. I don't have any wart stories. So it's good for fungal infections, viral infections, inflammation, candida. So that's an oil you wouldn't use all the time, but you would use when you're at that the sick stage, getting sick stage. Now it's also good for your feet and toenails, so that and tea tree. Okay, so we'll talk about On Guard while we're going. And so On Guard is a blend, it's a proprietary blend that doTERRA makes. It's got some wild orange peel, clove bud, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus leaf and rosemary leaf oil. It's got oil everywhere. So On Guard is really good to apply daily. So you could apply each night to your feet. So you could make up like a roller. You could have like a little glass jar with some carrier oil and some drops of this ready to go, and then you can just massage it in each night. Personally, I just apply a drop on my foot and then rub it in with the other foot. But we have a roller as well that we apply on my little boy each night to build his immune up, especially now that he's in daycare. You can cut up an apple. This is another really nice way to use this internally, is to cut up an apple. So peel the skin off, cut up an apple, put it in a bowl of water and add 1 drop. And then you would eat the apple. It has a really nice kind of cinnamony flavour. So that's when I was sick last week, I was eating apples so I could take this internally. You can use this for cleaning. So it's excellent at removing mould. I have been using this in my bathroom because I accidentally left my bath mat in. We have a big granite marble bath, and I left the non-slip mat in the bath because I was bathing with my little boy. And then at some random point I lifted it up and the bottom of the bath around the plug was black. So I applied this for about 24 hours. I just made up one of these little bottles with some On Guard and water and vinegar, and I sprayed it constantly, like every half an hour. and the mould was largely gone in about 24 to 48 hours. And so I just keep applying each day. I haven't used the bath since. I have a couple of bench sprays with this. I have one of these small bottles with On Guard and water in, which I use to clean my son's toys. And so it's got, tons of uses. So you can use this for things like, so it's antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, helps to get rid of environmental threats, supports your body from illnesses. Where do you get the spray bottles from? Yeah, I did a live about that yesterday, Alex. So jump into our private group, honey. I did a post yesterday about this, like resources, so books and where you buy these things. And I put a little post up, but in the welcome kit, an email that I sent you, there's also some links in that as well. So there's lots of places, but the places that I use and we recommend, you can grab some of those. I also need to send you your welcome kit, which I do send you one of these to get you started. It's also really good to use in your mouth, so as a protective mouth rinse. We make a toothpaste, which is an On Guard toothpaste, which I use and I love it. Some people put a drop on their toothbrush, before they brush their teeth. So there's lots of different ways you can use this. It's got an interesting aroma and smell to it, but it grows on you when you know the benefits of it. Okay, so we'll talk about Easy Air. And look, as a mum, and particularly coming into winter, our oregano, lemon, On Guard, tea tree, these are all oils that you would want in your kit. So Easy Air is our respiratory blend. And so it's got oils in it like laurel, eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, cardamom. And so this is like a natural fix. So you can apply this to your chest, to your back, to your kid's chest or back. You would dilute it and massage it in. You could get a little glass jar, and you don't have to go out and buy this stuff, guys. Like the next time you finish your garlic, crushed garlic, if you use glass jars, that can be your new chest rub. And so you use some coconut oil, add some drops of Easy Air, and that's your chest rub. You can pop it on the feet and pop your children's socks on. It's great to diffuse in the air. So this opens up your airways, helps you to breathe. Helps you to clear those airways, which obviously helps when you're sick with any build-up mucus and sinus. If you're needing to open up yourself to something from an emotional perspective, this is a really beautiful oil for that, because it opens you up and expands you. So Easy Air is really good to diffuse at night. Because it's got like peppermint and eucalyptus, it can be stimulating. So I try to diffuse this kind of every third or so night, but my little boy doesn't tend to sleep as well. So I quite often, if we feel a bit of a niggle or a sniffle or something coming on, I take our diffuser into his toy room and I diffuse it all day long, Easy Air and On Guard. Sometimes I add some tea tree or lemon or something, just to get rid of whatever's in the air and to just keep the passages and our immune strong. So Easy Air is really good for things like asthma, sinus pneumonia, coughs, congestion, bronchitis, you know, all those kind of wintry and non-wintry nasties. And no more Vicks. Okay, and so this is our digest zen. So this is our digestive blend, our tummy tamer. And so if you're like me and you eat too much bread, or you're like my husband who likes ice cream but it doesn't agree with him, this is your lifesaver. Or if you're like me who likes apple pie and likes to eat it on an odd occasion, but you know you're going to pay for it later, this is what you need in your life. So this is another proprietary blend with anise, peppermint, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon and fennel. So you can use this internally. So you would massage on your tummy, so you would add a drop, maybe 2 drops in your hand. If it was for a little one, you would have 1 drops to 10 mils, or 2 teaspoons. Mix, massage over your belly. I find within about 15 to 20 minutes, my gut ache is usually gone, or my bloating, or whatever it is that I'm using it for. I like, as I said earlier, I like to take this in tea, so I might make up a herbal tea. You could just have hot water in this if that floats your boat, but I like to make up a herbal tea and add a drop in. You can add it into your water. I have a metal water bottle next to my bed with this in it that I can sip anytime I need to. So it's really good for things like diarrhea, gastro, vomiting, nausea, any cramping, bloating, constipation. And so this is only a 5 ml, but it comes in the 15 ml. I got the 5 ml because I got this for free a couple of months ago. But the normal bottle is 15 ml. And so that is one of our most used oils. I have it there in a little roller, Digest Zen. So I've made up my own little roller, about 10 to 15 drops filled up with carrier oil, and you just roll that on our tummies after whatever it is that we've eaten. I know people that take a drop of this in water before each meal, so you can use it in lots of different ways. Then we've got our Ice Blue, which is our athletic blend, or our natural version of Denka Rub. It smells like Denka Rub. This is our Ice Blue. So some of our oils too, if you go to our website or see things like on Pinterest or the internet, some of our oils have different names. So in the US, this is called Deep Blue. I have a Deep Blue sticker because my stickers come from the US. Tea tree is called Malaysia. Our Easy Air in the US is called Breathe. Our Lavender Peace in the US is called Serenity. So some of our oils do have other names in the US, so it can be a little bit confusing. So our Ice Blue blend is our muscle blend, something you'd use when your muscles are aching, when you've been at the gym, when you've gone for a big hike, when you've had a tough day at work. So it's got some beautiful oils: wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, German chamomile. Some beautiful oils there that will soothe your skin. It is quite potent and it's quite strong. I have this in a rub which I got this and the rub for free with my points recently. And I put it on my lower back, kind of like my hip area. One night I hopped into bed. I recommend using it before you go to bed because it keeps you awake. So I was tingling and tingling. So you know when you put Denka Rub on and it's like that, it's soothing, but because it brings the heat out of your body, it tingles. So your cells come alive. So I sat there for a good hour going, oh yeah, this was nice. But the pain went away and then I could go to sleep. But I just stunk of Denka Rub. So it's a passion killer, guys. It's a true passion killer. On Guard, my husband would also argue, is a passion killer. But that's okay because these make you strong and healthy. So Ice Blue you would use for any type of pain. So if you had a sore knee, I gave this to a beautiful lady recently. She was going in for a knee or a hip replacement. I can't remember. One of the two. And I wasn't even convinced that this would help. But I thought I'm going to try it. I gave her some oil, but I also gave her a sample of the rub. And she messaged me and said, I can't believe it, it's actually helped. Which is super cool. And so for joint pain, for inflammation, for muscle tension, bruises, arthritis. Some people, ladies, use this when you're on your moon cycle. You might want to use this around your lower back. If you've got any cramping, we have a beautiful women's blend called Clary Calm, which is great for when you're on your cycle, if you're struggling with things like endometriosis, PCOS. But this is commonly used to support particularly if you have pain or heavy periods as well. Now, you always save the best for last, right? Which is frankincense. The godly oil, the holy oil, as my hubby calls it. Reminds me of church. And I'm not a church goer, but I grew up going to Sunday school and my grandparents used to go to church. And so lots of churches have frankincense, incense sticks that they have going. So it reminds me of that. And so when I first I didn't buy frankincense because it's expensive. And I thought, oh my goodness, what on earth would you want to pay that much money for a bottle of oil for? So I got it for free using my points. And so we'll talk about the point system soon. And then I got it and I started using it. And I was like, okay, I see why. Hey, Amanda. I saw your message pop up earlier, but I couldn't read it. So frankincense is the most amazing oil you will come across. There is research, peer-reviewed medical research, that frankincense in studies have killed cancer cells. This stuff is epic, guys. So what I did earlier, how I put a drop of this in the roof of my mouth. Now, Amanda, I know that you have this because you have the Home Essentials kit. So So when you are near your frankincense again, I showed everyone earlier, you can put a drop of this on your tongue. So you would flick the bottle upside down, or you can pop a drop on your finger, but this comes out really fast. Put it in the roof of your mouth every day for the most amazing immune support. Now, frankincense is the oil of truth and light. Amanda says I have it diffusing now. Me too. When I first got this, I was like, that stuff is strong. 1 drop is my max in my diffuser, but I love it. Amanda, I was saying earlier that I have been using Frankie in my son's diffuser for the last 3 nights, and he slept through with other oils, but I added Frankie. I never ever use it in his room. And so frankincense is really good if you're like me and you've got baby brain. Frankincense is your best friend. I started using this a lot recently since I found that out. So it's a really good brain oil. So it's great for things like Alzheimer's, depression, Parkinson's, any type of brain injury. Hey Lucy, so glad you could join us, honey. It's great for asthma. It's really great to add into the diffuser with anything. So frankincense, we call it the king of oils. It up levels all of your blends, takes them to the next level. So in our land of oils, they say if in doubt, use Frankie. If you've got something that you need support with and you don't know what oil to use this. Frankincense is amazing for unlocking trauma. So when we go through difficult experiences, the emotions sit in our bones. It sits in our body. And so if you're into alternative therapies, which I'm assuming that if you're sitting here listening to an online essential oils class, that might be something that's up your alley. Things like massage help to unlock those things out of your body, to let them out of your body. Oh, that's okay, honey. You can watch this later because it'll save. And so frankincense is really good for wrinkles. If you're like me, I'm not 40. I feel like it some days. I'm bloody only 32. Having a baby, at least this is what you've got to look forward to. I have frankincense in all my skincare. So I have drops in my face moisturiser. You're looking fab. That's because I've been using my Salubel like there's no tomorrow. I use Frankie in my skincare, and in fact I have a little roller of just 50-50 Frankie and carrier oil. And I quite often was applying it under my eyes, on some scars, my stretch marks. And so you can use this in lots. It's in my Owie blend for my son. So apart from the fact that it kills cancer cells, which is pretty fucking amazing in my world, it will help you to look younger, fine out your wrinkles, keep your immune strong. It's great for meditation. For those of you who meditate, I'm a hopeless meditator. But if you rub on your third eye, so it's a great oil for your spiritual practice. I do use it when I'm journaling. If I'm not diffusing it, I will dab it on my temple and my third eye. So that's another really beautiful oil. Now I think we've done them all. We've done peppermint, lavender, Frankie, tea tree, oregano, lemon, ice blue, easy air, digescent, on guard. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to pop a copy of this up in the group afterwards. So that tells you what each of those, kind of a snippet of what each of these oils do. And so these oils make up a kit that doTERRA have made called the Home Essentials Kit. It is the kit that most people start their oil journey with because it has those oils that you will use daily. So outside of those oils, there are a few oils that I use daily. And so I have a little box here, which I'll show you. That's my Home Essentials kit, just here. This is my mood management kit, which I spoke to a lot about last night in my private VIP group for people that are in my beautiful oil team. We talked a lot about how to manage our moods. And so I've mentioned some oils already from that kit, so Balance and Elevation and Lavender Peace and Orange. But the oils here in the Home Essentials kit are the oils that we in our house use on a really regular and multiple times a day. So it's called the Home Essentials kit for a reason. Now, so because doTERRA is a company that chooses to sell through people like me, so a wellness advocate, you can't buy our oils in shops. You may find them in some stores at a retail price. So us wellness advocates have an online kind of supermarket, if you like, where people can purchase through us. So you can sign up and get yourself a wholesale account to purchase these oils at a wholesale price, which is 25% off. So, for example, the Home Essentials course, when I look for it, it's not going to actually be on here. So this is what our price list looks like. And so it shows you the different wholesale and retail prices, so you can compare the sorts of savings. And so, for example, at the moment for the month of June, there is an amazing special, and of course my roller is in my bathroom, where you can get one of these rollers of an oil called Soluble. It's a pure oil, so it's not diluted, so it's 9 mils of pure oil. It's got some rare oils in it that would cost you over $600 to purchase the oils individually. So you can purchase the Home Essentials kit in the month of June and you get a Soluble for free. So it's around $718 of product and value for $330. So all the oils that we talked about tonight, to get those in a kit would cost you $330. And so there, it would cost about $550 to purchase them individually at retail. So it's an amazing deal. So that is the kit that I recommend everyone start with. If that's not within people's financial budgets and you're at a time in your life when you're super keen to jump on board, that's perfectly cool. I would suggest that you get in touch and we can have a look at you and your family's needs and come up with the best way forward for you. So when you join doTERRA and get yourself a wholesale account, it enables you a couple of things. Obviously, ongoing 25% discounts. Your membership is for 1 year, and if you choose to not purchase an enrollment kit, it will cost you $35 to join. But if you purchase an enrollment kit like the Home Essentials kit, your fee is waived, so it's free to join. And so when you join, your second year membership will cost you $25, and every year thereafter, and doTERRA will gift you a free bottle of peppermint, which is worth it's about $35. So that's a pretty good deal. And now we have some amazing programs, if you like, flybys for oils, I call it, our loyalty rewards program. And so if you're like me and you use your oils like they're going out of fashion, or if you'd like to just start off slow and get 1 or 2 oils and then, an oil each month, the loyalty rewards program is for you. It's an amazing program where there are no commitments, there's no lock-ins, there's no minimum monthly spend. You can cancel it at any time. And so when you make an order through your loyalty program, you earn points on your order once you spend over 50 PV. PV is points value, which is about 2 oils. And every 3 months, the percentage that you earn back in points goes up. So you start off at 10%, then you go up to 15, then 20, then 25, and then up to 30. So after 13 months, my little boy has just woken up. After 13 months, you would start earning 30% back in points. The other amazing thing with the Loyalty Rewards program is that you earn 100% of your shipping cost back in points every month. So every second month, essentially, you could get a free bottle of lavender just from your shipping points alone. And so for me, that is the most sensible way to purchase. Just to grab 1 or 2 things, or more, if you're like me. I think I got 10 things this month. He's okay. Yeah. Just leave him. The joys of being on live calls when your child's waking up. Husband goes in and now he's going to really wake up. Now I'm super sidetracked, guys. Anyway, so if anyone would like some information about getting a wholesale account, about getting some oils, about trying some samples of oils, please get in touch. I'm going to pop up some information in this event for people to have a look at. But I would love, if anyone has any questions, for you to please reach out, either in the comments below, you can send me a message, and I will get back to you. Before I sign off, does anyone listening have any questions that you'd like to know? And anyone who's watching the replay, please feel free to pop them up and I will respond. Cool. Looks like everyone's beautiful. Alright, well it sounds like that's my cue to go. My little boy is screaming. Thank you for listening, guys. I really appreciate your time. And I hope to support you on your oily journey when you are ready to start. Good night, everyone.